Hello students, in my previous video I will describe about basic concept related to chemical equation like what is chemical reaction, what is chemical equation and how we express chemical equation by using simple word which is known as word equation and by using symbol or molecular formula which is called formula equation. And also we discuss about when number of reactants and product atoms are equal, then it is known as balanced chemical equation. If number of reactants and product atoms are different, then it is known as unbalanced chemical reaction. Today in this video, we discuss about how to write balanced chemical equation. To write balanced chemical equation, at first we need chemical change or chemical reaction. After that, we express that chemical reaction into a reactant and products by separating with arrow, and then reactants and products are mentioned in word or word equation. After that, we replace that word equation by symbol or molecular formula, and then we count number of reactant and product atoms. If it is equal, then called balanced chemical equation. If not equal, then unbalanced. There is no need to balance. If equation is already balanced, then it is or we obtained simply balanced chemical equation. If equation is not balanced or unbalanced chemical equation obtained, then we can balance it by different methods. By adding simple numerical coefficient, then it is called hit and trial method. By finding oxidation number of element which get changed, then it is called oxidation method or ion electrons method. And another one method is with help of partial equations. Most of the chemical changes takes place in several steps. These steps are called partial equations, and separately we balance partial equation, then at last or at final we get balanced chemical equation. And here firstly we describe about rules to write balanced chemical equation or balanced chemical reaction. And in short, we write some rules that help to write balanced chemical equation. At first here given, we should know about chemical change, and here we write observe chemical reaction or chemical change carefully, and then find reactants and product. As for example, when magnesium burn in air, it is example of chemical change. And here magnesium burn in air, that is magnesium and oxygens are here reactant. And what it give? To give magnesium oxide. Why? Because in air, oxygen is supporter of burning, that help to burn object. Therefore, magnesium react with oxygen and metal react with oxygen, then it gives metal oxide. Second rule is here. Firstly, here magnesium burn in air, that is magnesium and oxygen is here a reactant. Here we write magnesium is one of the reactant, and burn in air means what? That air contains oxygen and it combine or react with oxygen, and which product is obtained? Finally give oxide, magnesium oxide, and therefore magnesium oxide is the product. In a different other reaction, like a hydrogen burn in air gives water and hydrogen oxygen is there. When a limestone decomposed, then it gives lime and carbon dioxide. The decomposition is their process of chemical change, and here reactant is only limestone. Other step is here. Replace word equation by symbol or molecular formula. In given chemical change, if element or atom simply take part in chemical reaction, then we replace it by symbol. If compound take part in chemical reaction, then we write a molecular formula of the given compound. Third rule is here, and here how we obtain that here. As for example, here in above word equation, magnesium represented by Mg, oxygen represented by O2, and magnesium oxide Mg and O. Magnesium and oxide both having same valency, and therefore according to crisscross rule that we already discussed in our previous video, that how to write a molecular formula by using crisscross method. And firstly we should know how to write molecular formula, then only we try to write chemical equation and balance chemical equation. After that, here while writing symbol or molecular formula, we should focus on the point like some compounds are elemental. It means made up of same kind of elements, and these molecules contains two atoms in it. These are called diatomic molecules, and here diatomic molecules are properly mentioned in base 2. As for example, what are diatomic molecules here? To write hydrogen, if anywhere simply hydrogen comes, then we should write H2. Oxygen, then we should write O2. Nitrogen, then we should write N2. Other, fluorine, we should write F2. Chlorine, we should write Cl2. Bromine, Br2, and iodine, I2. We should match that here. If diatomic molecules participate in chemical reaction, then we should balance it properly with help of here that molecular formula. And if these are other type of or monoatomic, then we simply write symbol. Tetraatomic, then we should write with base 4. Triatomic, then we should write in 3 in its base. And here in this reaction, why we write here 2? Because oxygen is diatomic. After that, the reaction obtained is a skeleton reaction, and it may be balanced or imbalanced or unbalanced. If it is, or if, how we found out it is balanced or unbalanced? If number of reactant atoms in any chemical or formula equation or skeleton equation obtained, if that contains number of reactant, if number of reactants and product atoms are equal, then it is called balanced chemical reaction. If equal number of reactants and products are found, then it is called balanced chemical reaction. Other, if reactants and product atoms are not equal, and simply we can write reactant atoms are not equal to product atoms. Then unbalanced, and we have to balance it by adding any numeral coefficient in reactant and product side such that reactant and product becomes equal. And here we write add numeral coefficient or numerical coefficient in reactants and products to become balanced, and in this way we can write balanced chemical reaction. And here we found that when magnesium burn in air, then we got magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide, and it is balanced or unbalanced. Here we check, and then if we count here in reactants, we found that it changed into product, and here in reactant magnesium burn with oxygen, that gives product magnesium oxide. And how we check it is balanced? In product side we count number of atoms, and in reactant side we count number of atoms. If in both sides it becomes equal, then it is called balance. And let's see here, number of oxygen in reactant is 2, in product only 1. Number of magnesium in reactant is 1, in product 1. Magnesium number is same and oxygen is different, and therefore we should focus that here while balancing chemical equation. At first, balance metals, then non-metals except O and H, hydrogen, and except oxygen and hydrogen, we should balance rest all atoms present in it. Then we balance, first step balance metals, then non-metals, and in third step balance oxygen atom. In last, hydrogen atom, or hydrogen and oxygen can be balanced at same time also. And here oxygen is not balanced. In reactant 2 oxygen are there, and here we write 2. Now magnesium number also get increases, and therefore here we write 2. So while balancing at every time, firstly count number of magnesium or metals and balance first metals. Then count non-metals except oxygen and hydrogen. If not equal, then balance it. If it is equal, then count number of oxygen and hydrogen. And every time while adding coefficient, start from the beginning to count metal, then non-metals, then oxygen and hydrogen. Then we can balance, we can write balanced chemical equation for any type of chemical reaction. And here now we discuss about some balanced chemical reactions, some common balanced chemical equations. And here at first we take some word equation and then we balance it. At first, the given word equation is nitrogen plus hydrogen. When nitrogen and hydrogen combine, then it gives ammonia, NH3. Or simply in word we can write ammonia is formed there. And nitrogen is represented by N, and it is diatomic elemental gas, therefore we write 2. Hydrogen is represented by H, it is also diatomic elemental gas, we write 2. And the given reaction is reversible. It means what? Backward and forward both reaction occurs at same time. In the next video we discuss about reversible and irreversible in type of chemical reaction. Also about exothermic and endothermic. And here we should know that double-headed arrow represent it bidirectional in nature, or it is called a reversible reaction. Ammonia is represented by NH3, and then we count number of metals. There is no any metal. Now non-metal except oxygen and hydrogen. Here nitrogen is 2, but in product side only 1, and therefore here we write 2. Now nitrogen get balanced, then we count number of hydrogen in reactant and product. Here 2 3 is 6 hydrogen, here only 2, therefore we multiply by 3, 3 2 is 6. Then again recount number of nitrogen 2 and 2 balance. Now it is called balanced chemical reaction. Another we can write here word equation like iron plus oxygen, that gives ferric oxide. Listen. Iron is represented by Fe. Oxygen is represented by O, but it is diatomic, therefore we write 2. Now ferric oxide, Fe, iron, oxide O. In iron having 3 valency in ferric form, oxide having 2 valency, Fe2O3. And then we count number of L. Here given a number of atoms. At first we balance metal. In product 2, in reactant only 1, therefore here we write 2. Now we count oxygen. Oxygen number is 3, here is 2. In reactant side, even number of oxygen is found. In product side, odd number. Therefore, we apply cross multiplication to make equal number of oxygen. 2 multiplied with ferric oxide, 3 multiplied to oxygen, and the number of oxygen becomes equal. Now we again count number of iron. Iron is 2 to 4, and here we write 4, and then it gets balanced. After that, third number, plumbous nitrate, it gives plumbous oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. What equation is must necessary to write balanced chemical equation, or chemical change must given there? Then we firstly convert chemical change into word equation, then word equation into formula equation. Plumbous nitrate, plumbous is lead having 2 valency, nitrate NO3 having 1 valency, the PbNO3. By crisscross we got. Plumbous oxide, PbO, both having 2 valency. Nitrogen dioxide represented by NO2. Oxygen is represented by O2. Now it is a skeleton equation, and we should balance it. At first we count number of metal is same. Then we count nitrogen is 2 here. Non-metals except here oxygen, the non-metal other is nitrogen, and the number of nitrogen is 2, therefore here we write 2. Now we count oxygen. Oxygen is 3 to the 6, but here given 2 to the 4 to 6, 1 7. 7 is impossible to convert. 6 can't be changed into 7 by multiplying. On that condition, we can convert it into nearest even number. After 7, it may be 8. And here we write 2. Again, we recount from metals. Number of metal are in product 2, but in reactant only 1. Therefore, here we write 2. The metal get balanced. Now we count again nitrogen. The nitrogen is 2 to the 4. Now increase to 4, and therefore here we write 4. After that we count oxygen. 2 3 the 6, 6 to the 12, and here 4 to the 8 to 10 to 12. Now it is called balanced chemical equation. By same way we can balance several other reactions like a copper plus sulfuric acid, that gives copper sulfate plus sulfur dioxide plus water is from there. Copper represented by simply Cu, sulfuric acid having molecular formula H2O, copper sulfate CuSO4 having 2 valency, both having 2 valency, sulfur dioxide represented by SO2, water is represented by H2O. Now firstly we count number of metal. Copper is same, equal number. Now we count sulfur. In reactant side here H2SO4 is sulfuric acid. In reactant side sulfur is only 1, but in product side 2 sulfurs are there, and here we add 2. Then we count number of oxygen. 4 to the 8 is here given, but in reactant side 4 to 6, 1 7 only, and therefore here we write 2 to make 8. Then we count hydrogen, 2 to the 4, 2 to the 4, it is balanced chemical reaction. In this way, we can balance word equation to balance formula equation. And for this, it is most essential to know how to write molecular formula, what are common name for different chemicals. Then this balancing chemical reaction is very easy. So firstly, practice name of radicals, how to write molecular formula, and common name of different chemicals, common chemicals, and these all are given in your previous video. And after that, try to balance chemical equation from exercise and also find more word equation to know how to write balanced chemical reaction effectively. Thank you.